Hi everybody, welcome to Healing Through Yoga. My name is Alexandra and this class is brought to you by homicide survivors. As always, we welcome you to practice wherever you feel comfortable and safe, so feel free to take some time to find a place that you'll be able to come to your mat or blanket or towel or whatever it is that you have available to you today and find some stillness. So if you need to hit pause to grab a blanket, a pillow, anything you need to support your practice, go ahead and do so now, and we'll get started. Coming on to our mats, I invite you to come to a comfortable seat. And that can be done with legs crossed like so. If you'd like to grab a pillow or a blanket, place that underneath your sit bones. And this will give us some added support in our hips. And also know that using a chair or sitting up against the wall is always available as well. I invite you now to close your eyes if that feels comfortable and safe, or if your eyes are open, finding a focal point, something that you can land your gaze on, bringing our awareness inward, placing palms directly over our thighs or knees, softening elbows, allowing our shoulders to soften, moving away from the ears. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose or mouth. We'll do 3 more deep breaths all together. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Inhale again. And exhale, release. One more time, deep breath in. And exhale, soften. If eyes are closed, I invite you to slowly begin to open the gaze and placing palms together in front of heart center, maybe rubbing the palms together, creating some heat. Staying here or even starting to bring that up to the upper arms, rubbing those upper arms, waking up the body, feeling that heat generated. And then coming back, maybe shaking out the arms, bringing palms back to rest gently on the thighs. And let's slowly bring the left ear down towards the left shoulder. Stay here for a moment. Create some space in that right neck. And then slowly start to bring chin towards center of chest, rolling over to the right side. At your own pace, move through ear to shoulder, side to side. Inhaling ear towards shoulder, exhaling chin to chest. Move through a couple rounds at your own natural pace. And then after your next exhale, bringing chin to center of chest, interlace fingers behind back of neck, back of head, and then squeeze elbows out and away, lift the gaze straight ahead, maybe even creating a gentle bend in the back. As you exhale, round the spine, move elbows down towards knees, chin to chest. Inhale, lift, elbows wide, gazing up, bend in the back. Exhale, round the spine, elbows to knees. Move through a few of these. Again, linking movement and breath. After your next exhale, rounding the spine, coming back up to center, gazing straight ahead, releasing fingertips, lowering arms down. If a block or blanket or pillow is underneath you, Moving that off and over to the side. Let's come on to all fours, hands and knees. Hands underneath shoulders, knees directly underneath hips. Press tops of feet firmly into the mat. Drop the belly, gaze ahead. Inhale. Exhale, push the mat away from you, round the spine, tailbone down. Inhale, drop the belly, lift shoulders, lift hips, gaze forward. And exhale, slowly round the spine. Continuing to move through these two shapes. Again, linking with the breath. Knowing here that there's no need to rush. You're completely supported. After your next exhale, we'll meet in tabletop shape, flat back or neutral spine. Bring knees as wide as your yoga mat, big toes together to touch. Gently walk palms a few inches forward. Push it down and forward through the hands as you sink the hips back and over heels. Allow the forehead to gently rest onto the mat. Stay here or maybe roll forehead side to side. Staying in center or walking fingertips over to the right side off the mat. Get heavy in that left hip, lower left shoulder down. Take a deep breath in and exhale, release. Walk palms back through center and off and over to the left. Heavy in the right hip, move left shoulder closer towards the mat. Deep breath in and release. Slowly walk the palms back to center. Take a moment here, maybe set an intention for the practice, a kind, loving word or thought to yourself or someone you're thinking of in this moment. Slowly begin to walk palms towards knees, leading with the back of the skull, gently coming up to seated. Bring knees together and then tuck the back toes so that you're sitting over your heels. Now this can be a little of a stretch on the back heels, on the toes. If knees are sensitive, an option is to place a pillow underneath the sit bone over the heels just to add some extra cushion, or also placing blanket or pillow over the knees here. So take whichever modification, using the blankets, the blocks, the pillows, whatever you need for that additional support. So keeping our toes firmly tucked under us, hips over heels. We'll inhale, reach fingertips up to the sky, gazing up to the ceiling. As you exhale, lower palms down, arms down to your sides. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower down. This time, bring palms out in front of you. Walk fingertips forward. So somewhat like a child's pose with knees together, toes tucked beneath you. Allow the forehead to fall towards the mat, towards the knees. Take a moment here, deep breath in. Exhale, release. Coming onto all fours, removing pillow, blanket, bringing knees as wide as the yoga mat, big toes together to touch. Inhale, reach up, twist open to the right, gaze up to that top thumb. As you exhale, lower down, threading that arm through, resting on the outer shoulder, placing left palm to the top left corner of your mat. Shift hips so that you're squaring your hips evenly, and maybe gaze up towards that top shoulder. Using your left palm to support you. Inhale, untwist, press back up and open to the right. Exhale, lower palm down. Inhale, twist over to the left. Exhale, twist that arm down, threading it through using right palm to support you, pushing down and forward towards the top right corner of the mat, shifting more weight into that left hip, maybe gazing over top shoulder. Inhale, untwist, opening up to the left side. Exhale, lower palm down. Bring knees together to touch. Inner edges of feet together. Press tops of feet firmly into the mat. Inhale, lengthen right leg, toes pointing down to the ground. As you exhale, round the spine, knee to nose. Inhale, straighten the right leg, toes and knees pointing down to the mat. Exhale, round the spine, knee to nose. One more time, inhale, straighten. And exhale, round the spine. Lower right knee down, straighten left leg. Toes either pointed or flex, knee pointing down to the mat. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, round the spine, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen left leg, gaze ahead. Exhale, round the spine, knee to nose. One more time, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round. Lower knee down. Press back to child's pose, knee together. Palms either out in front of you, pointing to the front of your mat, or allow the arms to rest at your sides, fingertips pointing to the back of the mat. Take a moment here, deep breath in, and exhale, release. Bring fingertips to the outer edges of your knees. Slowly begin to lift torso, leading with the back of the skull, taking your time here, moving nice and gently. Maybe shaking out the hands, the wrists, the arms, and shifting your hips to one side to bring legs and feet out in front of you. Take a moment here, shake out the legs, maybe pull out the flesh from underneath the sit bones. Really feel those sit bones get grounded over the mat. And then placing palms at the outer edges of your hips, fingertips can be pressing into the ground or the mat with palms lifted. So you're kind of like pitching a tent with the hands. Keep shoulders nice and soft, moving away from the ears, soft elbows. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release the breath. Flex the feet, maybe spread or wiggle the toes, and just notice any sensations that you may or may not be feeling here in this shape. Slowly begin to inch the heels closer towards you, bending at the knees. Place palms underneath the backs of thighs, so where the back of the thighs meet the back of the knees. Inhale, lift through the chest and press chest to tops of thighs here. Keep feet flexing and a deep bend in the knees. Stay here or slowly begin to inch the heels forward as you continue to fold forward. Only go as far as you can with your chest and thighs still touching. If you're focusing on straightening the legs, but then you start to round in the spine, you've gone too far. So inch those heels closer to you. And again, the most important thing here is that our chest and thighs continue to make contact with one another as you inhale, lift through the heart center. Exhale, walk heels a few centimeters away from you, either resting hands at the outer edges of your ankles, grabbing outer edges of feet, soft elbows, soft arms, and just allowing the nose, the forehead to gently move towards the knees and shins. Inhale, lift up, leading through the heart, deep breath in. And exhale, folding forward. One more time, inhale, lift up. And exhale, forward fold. Maybe walk the heels a few inches more to the front of your mat and just bring that awareness to the back of the hamstrings. Notice where you're feeling some sensation. Come back to your breath. Your breath is your anchor. Inhale deeply through the nose and exhale, release the breath. Bring fingertips to the outer edges of the hips and slowly begin to lift yourself back up. Give the legs a nice little shake here. And now we'll come to lie down on our mats. And so I'm just going to turn around here so you can see from head to toe. We'll keep our knees bent, soles of feet planted firmly into the ground. And now if you have a block at home, you can do supported bridge with your block. Or without a block, we will inhale, lift hips up, and exhale, lower them. So find whichever modification you prefer today. If you're using your block, bringing soles of feet hip width apart, pressing down through your heels, lift the hips up, grabbing the block and placing it at whichever setting. The higher the block, the more intense the the back bend. And you'll place that right where the tailbone and spine meet. You want to have the upper third of your glute supported by the block. Keep palms pressing down into the mat as you squeeze inner edges of thighs together, pressing down through the backs of your shoulder blades, back of skull into the mat, and just soften, allow gravity to do the work here. Without a block, same concept, feet hip width apart, pressing down through the soles of feet as you lift hip bones, pelvic bones up. And as you exhale, lower hips down. On the inhale, lift up. As you exhale, release the breath and lower hips down. Move as quickly or as slowly as you prefer, linking the movement with your breath. One more inhale, lifting hips up to the sky, and as you exhale, lowering down. If you have the block underneath you, you'll press down through the heels, lift hips forward, remove the block, and lower hips down. Everyone bringing feet hip width apart or as wide as your yoga mat. Bring arms out to your sides, elbows bent, and then allow the knees to gently fall left to right, side to side. Bring knees back to center, heel toe the feet in, and give yourself a nice big hug. Squeezing both knees into the chest. Cross one ankle over the other and gently rock side, back and forth. Coming back up to seated. Take these final moments to either come to a seated meditation, or we'll move straight into a Shavasana where we lay straight on our backs onto our mats. Take whichever option is best for you today, and we'll meet in Shavasana. Gently begin to bring movements back into your fingers and into your toes. Slowly begin to bend one knee at a time and come off over to one side. Take a moment here, deep breath in, exhale, release. Using your arms more than your legs to press yourself up to a comfortable seat. We'll end our practice here with our arms and palms somewhere relaxing and centering, either over thighs or knees, or perhaps bringing palms together in front of heart center. Let's take a deep breath in all together. And exhale, release the breath. Bring nose down towards your palms. Gentle bow here. Inhale, lift the gaze. Lower palms down. Thank you all for tuning in to Healing Through Yoga, and I hope I see you guys next week. Hope you join in. Again, my name is Alexandra, and this is brought to you by Homicide Survivors. Take care, everybody.